I'm so glad that you're in. I'm not far from your left. Your left. But somebody to your right. You did. Popeye's chicken. It's very good. It's not a shout out, but they made it top. That's certainly down there. And onto the field, quick ball, the Kinkaid. We're so glad to make tonight's game, this championship matchup, this 4A matchup between the Kincaid Company and the Episcopal Knights.
No way. Look at me now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Take off your caps, gentlemen. Face to the north of the national anthem.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sheldon ISD Panther Stadium for the SPC Championship of the 4A Division. As it's Kincaid against Episcopal, the Battle of H-Town.
And Justin Barbosa is nice working alongside you tonight. I'm Rob Sprouse. And this is sort of basically, Justin, a situation where they're going to settle it again tonight, because 2 weeks ago these two teams met over at Kincaid. A 21-15 victory for Episcopal gave Episcopal the SPCA 4A regular season league championship. But this is the defending champion here tonight. From what I understand, this is going to be a little bit younger Kincaid team that lost quite a few seniors last year off the team that went up to Dallas as the number 2 seed, went up and defeated the regular season champion Episcopal School of Dallas, the team that was favored to win the SPC 4A title again in the regular season, at least again this year, and ended up coming up a cropper, losing 2 games, one to St. John's and one to Kincaid, that absolutely kicked them out of the picture. They had already defeated Episcopal Knights up in Dallas at ESD 39-35.
And we got both teams at midfield for the coin toss. And just ready to get underway here in Northeast Houston, Texas.
This is CE King's home field. They're, of course, a UIL team at 21-6A. They're going to be heading to the playoffs this year as the 6A of this year. This stadium, I think, is changing the program. Moving into 6A really helped change the CD King program. And it's a wonderful facility. It's certainly better than the old Crenshaw Stadium. I'm not knocking it. I did a game there one time on top of the press box. But it's a beautiful stadium. It's a great facility.
And absolutely a beautiful stadium. Could be a small college stadium if it wanted to be. It's just such a nice facility for the CE King program.
Yep, in the Sheldon ISD, very, very much up-and-coming program. They were in the top 50 much of the first half of the season. They did go into 21-6A hamburger grinder and ended up losing the North Shore against Canada. This is SPC scoring action. Here's the play-by-play with Justin Barbosa. Like Kincaid will be kicking off the point.
And it'll be two back deep for Episcopal. And it'll be Grant Peterson to kick off for Kincaid. It's the Falcons and the Knights underway here at Sheldon ISD Panther Stadium. Can ask for a more beautiful night for Friday Night Lights here in Houston, Texas. And we are
cloud the sky. There's the kickoff, Justin.
Here's a return across the 20. Cuts to the left side, finds a hole, and gets down around at the 33.
There's Andre Thompson. He's the guy who reminds everyone of Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle, of course, with the Miami Dolphins, the runner-up of the Heisman Trophy 2 years ago at Alabama. Andre Thompson, keep an eye on him. Great speed, great moves, can cut on a dime, and he's going to be the guy that Kincaid has to stop tonight as they go to the spread offense under their new offensive coordinator, Dan Casey, a guy who's written books on the subject. He comes into Episcopal. He's in the Coaches Network, knows NFL guys, and he is doing a terrific job going to the spread from the pro-style offense.
Two receivers to the left, one on the right. Hands it up the middle and stuck with only about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This one, once again, is, what I understand, a younger Kincaid team. The veteran team went up. They were seed 2. Again, went up to Dallas last year. They were the underdog, and they ended up coming up with a pretty easy victory. As, of course, John Cooper won the 3A last year. They won it again this year in the opening game of our doubleheader today. Houston really dominated Dallas in the SPC later.
One receiver on the left, 3 on the right. In shotgun. Big pass to the left side is complete. Still on his feet and gets out of bounds. That's Lane Linebarger on the reception.
Linebarger will be important tonight. They're going to probably double and even triple up, certainly on Thompson. So Linebarger's going to be open. They've got to hit the passes to Linebarger to get the Kincaid offense, or defense rather, to become a little bit more honest in the way that they're playing the Episcopal receivers.
They're down in about 5. Carson Gordon in shotgun. One in motion. Kincaid looking to blitz. Here they come. Rolls to the right. Under pressure, and that pass is complete for the first down. And that was the chains.
Yes, it does, and that's the only place he could have placed that ball. If he throws that ball at helmet level or numbers level, that ball might have been picked off, but that ball low to the ground, a nice job by the receiver to adjust, dive down, and make the grab, and then hit just short, actually right on the 45 of the Episcopal numbers.
First and 10 at the 45, hands it off, goes to the right side, and brought down for a couple yards.
As you're looking at the top of your screen, I say top of the field and bottom of the field. That's what I used to do when I did play-by-play, Justin. And basically, they're on the top hash mark, but that pass going out toward the top sideline, they were about 3 yards inside, almost even with the numbers, and they moved the ball up 3 yards.
And up the middle, across the 50-yard line. That's where he'd be brought down. It's going to be about 3rd down and 5.
These two teams played 2 weeks ago, 21-15. Rarely does Episcopal have that much success at Kincaid. They've won some games there over the years, but not that many, and it was a big victory, and really, I think, has changed this Episcopal program. They certainly are the favorites tonight, you would have to think.
In shotgun, here's the snap. And that pass up the middle is complete. Ball is loose on the ground.
The ball's going out of bounds. That's not going to be recovered.
Ball out. It goes out of bounds.
And that's a break for Episcopal. And it's going to be 4th and short.
Makes that ball pop out.
And they're going to go for it, Rob.
This is going to be interesting because certainly if they don't make it, midfield for Kincaid. Kincaid offense really that is kind of sputtered a bit this year compared to what they produced last year.
And timeout on the field, 9:36 to go. No score as we're right back here on Vype Live.
Referees for tonight's game are referee, umpire, Cal Pro, head manager, line judge, back judge, Brandon, side judge, and field judge, Nick Williams. Voting bell.
.36 here in the first quarter. 4th down for the Knights. 3 receivers to the left. Here's the snap. Gordon drops back under pressure, rolls to the left. Here they come, still on his feet. And finally going to be brought down and sacked. And it's going to be a turnover on downs.
3 yards short, just couldn't find anybody open. Once again, that's the key to this ball game tonight. Andre Thompson cannot get open because Kincaid has no answer for Andre Thompson if he's open. So Kincaid, defense strikes first, and they get the ball back. They've played decent defensive football this year. If you look at their schedule, they haven't had too many games where they've been blown out or given up any 40 burgers. But I'm going to tell you right now, this Episcopal defense can answer the play by the Kincaid defense because they've been playing very good that side of the ball for most of the second half of the season.
And here come the Falcons for their first offensive drive of the night. Quick pass to the left side on the screen is complete. Breaks a tackle across the 45 and down around the 43.
Both teams, of course, using the spread. That's the offense du jour. And certainly Kincaid has, I think, because they've gone to a little bit more of the spread this year, been able to up their offense, but it's still been a hit and miss proposition most of the year for Kincaid. They've had some games where they've gotten to the 30s. They've got some games where they haven't even broken 20 points.
And it's going to be 2nd down and 3. That triple option formation. Here's a snap. Going to take it to the right. Finding an edge and going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Those TFLs, they can really change offensive strategy, and there was Episcopal getting the lineman in there, busting up the play. In a spread offense, if you can force a team really to get into a situation where it is definitely must pass and they're not going to use the read option to try to play action off of it, you can really do some damage by having your defense force the issue.
In shotgun. Here's the keeper up the middle, good enough for the first down and a few more. Down at around the 37 and first down for Kincaid.
Parting of the blue and white sea there. I mean, absolutely, hardly any of the linemen touched him until he had already grabbed the first down.
And once again, keeper up the middle. Get about 4 yards.
So they're using that running offense, mixing it up, going into the spread offense, trying to get Episcopal off balance. Episcopal with some outstanding athletes there on defense as they seemingly always produce. They had, at one time in the last 10 years, produced 3 NFL players. And of course, one of them is still going strong, Jalen Waddle, on the offensive side of the ball.
And Jalen Waddle stand up wide receiver from Alabama, now with the Miami Dolphins. Second down and about 6 for Kincaid. Got a read option up the middle. And still on his feet near the 31-yard line. We'll get about a few yards.
Tough running there, good balance. Still leg drive going on as he tried to get it to the 30-yard line. The one thing I liked on that play that really drives me crazy today in the NFL and college football, you're not supposed to be able to provide leverage by pushing the running back in the back. And it's almost like you almost could pick the people up and put them on a chair and just haul them across the line of scrimmage. It's getting to be really out of hand. They need to start going back into the rule book.
I agree, kind of stay by the line of scrimmage, let the runner do his thing. Here's a snap, goes to the left side, looking for some room. Close to the first down marker, and I think he'll get it.
He's going to be maybe just by the nose of the ball. Yep, they gave it to him. That's the first down. More mixing up with the run. So far, of course, Episcopal coming out and throwing the football. Mostly, you can see them do that probably 80% of the time. More balance for Kincaid. I'm a big fan of balance. You control the clock that way, and you increase your chances to win.
In shotgun, goes to the right side, looking for a hole. And gets across 25, down around exactly at the 25, releases 3 yards.
That's a nice tackle there by Brady Reed, the junior linebacker. Read that play perfectly, cut off the angle, and sliced in there and made the stop at the 25.
And it'll be second down, 28. Kincaid in Knights territory. About 5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Kincaid, the all-time football title champion of SPC football. I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 championships.
Here's a snap, and Episcopal is right there. Only about a 2-yard gain.
That was a better job by the defensive line. They didn't really get pushed back 2 or 3 or 4 yards. They were able to stand their ground, and as a result, it's a short game.
Out of a gain of a few yards, it'll be 3rd and 5.
Eats that clock up, and that is the name of the game in football. I don't care about these spread offenses and all the points they produce. You can lose a game 48 to 45 just as easily as you can win a game 21 to 17.
They're down in 5 for Kincaid. Morrell under center. Here's a snap. And Episcopal goes right there. And they blow it up, and it's 4th down.
That's Episcopal getting better and better on that line. They control the left side of the Kincaid line. They time the right side of the Episcopal defensive line. A terrific job there. Leading the charge, Rhett Davenport, who also doubles as a tight end. He's a senior for Episcopal.
And Kincaid still discussing with the sideline if they'll go for it or not. As it's 4th and 5 at the 22.
First down's at about the 17. A little bit shy of the 17.
Shotgun. Gonna go for a pass play. Gonna dump it off and big hit, incomplete.
I'm just not a fan of that play. When you roll out from the line of scrimmage, if you're going for it on 4th down, you have to throw the ball further down the field than just dumping it off behind the line of scrimmage. That's one of those other things that just drives me absolutely batty when I see it in pro football or college football. Because you're lowering the chances, especially when you're angling toward the sideline. You don't have any room to move over there anyway. So a nice job by the defense. They come up with their own 4th down stand to match Kincaid's earlier stand. And Justin, we've got a really good defensive football game right now. It's going to be up to Episcopal to start moving the ball a little bit more crisply at this point.
And 2 forced turnover on downs to open the game for both teams. Gordon in shotgun. Gonna roll to the right. As a wide open man, it's complete. Across the 35 and down at route 37 for first down.
You talk about a fortunate bounce on that shotgun. I think he was still trying to maybe audible. They snapped the ball. It actually hit his hand, hit the ground in front of him, and bounced right back to him like a boomerang. He picked it up and was able to do something with it. They were very fortunate on that play.
Knights quick to the line. Here's a snap. Hands it off to the left side. It's going to be brought down right at the 40. 3 yards.
Down at the 40-yard line.
That's going to be the Episcopal running back in there. Carson Fowler. He's just a junior.
And back to the running back. Finds a hole. Gets to the 45 and down around the 48. As they just short of that first down.
They go right back to their bevy of backs that they have to offer with Jackson Chavis, he's a senior, also doubles as a wide receiver. Let's see if they're going to use that jet.
Jet out short. Loss of 1, and it's fourth down, Rob.
I'm a little bit surprised with that call, I really am. I figure like you're going to get up there and snap it quick, try to take advantage, get the ball to the flat as quick as you can to a receiver, because Kincaid really wasn't settled defensively in their stances before that snap. I was a little bit surprised about that call, but I guess, well, they had it on the board and they were going to run it into it.
And they're going to go for it. 4th and 2. Gordon in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. 1 in the backfield. Here's a snap. Fakes the handoff. And that pass to the right side is complete. Good throw under pressure. And brought down at the 45. There's a flag on the play.
Flag lands at about the 39, thrown from about the 29. Let's see exactly when this call is going to be. The only thing I can figure out with a late flag like that is that somebody held somebody back there, and generally that's going to be on the very possibly the offense, because the defender's trying to run back there and sort of scramble around and make the tackle, and maybe somebody grabbed him and hooked him and kept him from being able to go back there and make the tackle, and that's exactly, I think, what we're going to see. Oh, it's going to be pass interference.
That's going to force Episcopal to punt. First down wiped off the board. And that's going to back Episcopal deep and no choice. But the punt is thrown away.
So the punt formation here. One man back at the 40.
Looks like it's Harrison Lawrence back deep to return. Just going to let this one bounce.
Nice bounce. If you're an Episcopal fan, if you're a Kincaid fan,
down at the 13-yard line, and that's where Kincaid will take over. Excellent punt by the Knights.
They needed that too, and they certainly didn't need to go for it on 4th down. I thought we were going to set a world record for going for it on 4th down in the first quarter there for a minute, but they needed that punt, and now their defense needs to make a stand here. If Kincaid controls this ball again, not only are they going to be moving the ball, they're going to be eating even more time because they have a longer distance to go, 87 yards to get a touchdown. If they continue to pick up first downs, they could have this ball all the way to the middle of the second quarter practically.
And Kincaid will have the football with 1:17 left here in the first quarter. And it's been a quick one with how much Kincaid controls the ball on the ground. 1st and 10 at the 13. Here's the snap. Going to take the draw up the middle. He's free on the left side of the field. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. Cross midfield. Cuts to the right side. And brought down at the 41.
33-yard run there. Actually, from the 13, it would be a 46-yard run. Let's see. You said the 41. Let's see where they're going to spot this. I thought he may have gotten it over the 40. Let's see. They're going to put it right on the 40. Okay. So you're talking about a 47-yard run there. And, you know, this is what is going to be the challenge for the Episcopal defense. right now is stopping that play off of left tackle. And then once it's jammed up, the guy is able to cut out with that speed, and they've got to get more people between him and the sideline, because right now they're just running and dragging him that way.
And here's Morrell on the run, takes a big hit across the 35 and down to around the 34. Try to gain a 6 on the play.
Just keep controlling that clock. We're down already to the end of the first quarter. This is exactly what Kincaid has to do to win this football game, because Episcopal is going to score. They produce offense. Heck, they almost beat the Parish Episcopal School, the #1 private school, the TAPS Division I #1 team and favorite earlier this year at Episcopal. So they can score points. The problem is, are they going to be able to defend the run?
And they're going to let this one run out, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. No score between Kincaid and Episcopal. And we'll be right back here on Vype Live. And welcome you to the second quarter. No score. Justin Barbosa, Rob Sprouse. Second down and 4.
Our great producer Kyle Harris with us.
And it's Micah Bell, only for maybe just 1 or 2 yards.
Kyle told me he was named after Kyle Field. And his mom is a diehard Aggie. And Kyle told me, Justin, that yep, his mom loves Texas A&M, and I told him, I'm so old, I was at high school football game, 1967, UIL 2A, what we call 4A now, semifinals, Coops against San Antonio Randolph, and Kyle Field held 51,000 people, and now it holds 108,000.
Half the size back then, and now over 100,000. Third and short for Kincaid. Here's Micah Bell on the keeper. And gets enough for the first down. They've got a few more.
They've got to get more physical in defending that, because it just basically looks like he goes in, bounces off someone. There's no reinforcer out there, a second man coming through to try to hit him at that point. You always want to really, with a ball carrier, you want to, once he bounces off that guy, you want to have a guy immediately on him and you hit him as hard as you can, because then he's going to be more vulnerable because he's bouncing off and he's going to be off balance.
And it's going to be Bell under center. Actually got 2 receivers on the right side. One in motion. Here's the snap. And the option, and Episcopal breaks free as Michael Bell has a blocker at the 15, at the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Kincaid.
Just not quick enough to get over there on the top sideline and shut him down, because once he was shut off on left tackle, he spun around, got out of the traffic, and an open top sideline, and he just pranced down there and put it in for 6.
And it was Mike Capel for 20-plus yards, and the Falcons on the board first. It'll be Grant Peterson for the point after. And to kick us up, and it is good. Falcons 7-0 over the Knights. 10:31 left here in the first half. As we're back here on Vype Live.
Falcons 7, Knights 0. Number 14, these boys back out. They return the kick to Michigan Knights.
Rob Sprouse and Justin Barbosa back here with you on Vype TV. The kickoff coming up, but Justin, the earlier game today, 63-31. John Cooper repeats. The Dragons knock off the Trojans. There was a dicey moment, sort of a serious moment there in the second quarter. About a 15-minute delay that had taken kid off the stretcher out of the field on the stretcher. Charlie Anderson, I hope he's going to be okay.
And that was definitely a scary moment in that John Cooper game. And it was on the on the kickoff where John Cooper got one of their biggest turnovers of the game. As a returner for Trinity Valley, trying to get the ball on the return, actually bobbled it, and then one of the John Cooper defenders on special teams dived forward to pick it up, and I believe both those players collided and had to be taken off on the stretcher, and we hope he's okay.
It's time for Episcopal now, getting back to less serious. Time for Episcopal to start to move the ball on offense a little bit more consistently.
And it'll be empty backfield. 5 set on offense. Here's Gordon on the keeper. Has some blockers. Lot of room. Cross midfield. And down around the 49-yard line.
They needed that big play. There's no two ways about that. And right now, Episcopal knows that the bell needs to be answered. They certainly need to be able to keep this football, keep it away from Kincaid, because with that Wildcat offense right now, Kincaid has been able to eat that clock completely and play at their pace on offense.
Gordon in shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 in the backfield. Fakes a handoff. A lot of time. Here comes the pressure. Rolls to the right side, to the left. At the 40, and he's going to get the first down.
Right there on the top sideline, he goes out of bounds, and that's good. Even if you don't pick up that first down there, at least you're moving the ball. You're not getting only a 2 or 3 yard gain. You're not getting tapped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to make it work with the passing game. Now you can play action out of the passing game, although he's going to go with an empty backfield. But the guy to look for again, Andre Thompson. I'm looking for a big play coming up here for Andre Thompson in motion.
Second down and 1 at the 40-yard line. Pressure is coming. Quick pass to the right side is incomplete. That's Andre Thompson, the intended receiver.
That's a tough catch to make because you're running forward. Now you have to try to backtrack, turn your body very quickly, come back toward the ball. And sometimes you don't get your eyes on it right away, and now you're lunging to make that catch. Those are really, that's a tough proposition to try to pull something like that in. On that pass that was tailing away from him, it looked like to begin with.
3rd and 2 for the Falcons. For the Knights. Gordon in shotgun, empty backfield. Pressure is coming from past the left side. Is complete for the first down. He's down the sideline, cuts to the right. What a move. And ball is loose on the ground, and it looks like Kincaid has picked it up.
It's been fast and loose with the football tonight for Episcopal. They were lucky on the bounce on the shotgun snap earlier and back in the first quarter. They had the ball roll out of bounds after a fumble receiver after making a reception. And there, finally, it burns them. They give it up, and Kincaid has the football.
And a huge turnover here in the second quarter. And Kincaid has done a nice job running the ball on the ground in their Wildcat formation for their offense. but just unable to finish drives. Big opportunity here for the Falcons.
And remember, if they can control this clock, it's still going at their pace. If they score a touchdown here, when you're doing the sort of offensive things that they like to do tonight, it's a 2-touchdown lead is almost tantamount to like a 4-touchdown lead because you're just going to have the clock time to come back from it.
That Wildcat formation going to go to the left side. Here comes Episcopal.
That ball
is loose on the ground, and Episcopal picks it right back up the other way.
Fans finally have something to cheer about right there as confetti and smoke comes over from the band area. And that's a big play right there, and that could be a real momentum swinger. And not to sound cliche or anything like that, but I'm just going to tell you right now, if they can cash this in after this pickup here, after this turnover recovery, this Episcopal team could be right back in this ball game. Even though you say, well, it's just a 7-7 game, but remember, the idea is to make sure Kincaid does not control the ball. Now it looks like the Kincaid is going to be coming back out, and they did recover that fumble. I thought I saw an Episcopal player on that ball.
And that's what I thought. I thought I saw a Knight fall right on top of it, but unless a pile came through, and
I didn't see that at all. I never saw anything like that. The only thing I can figure out, are they saying that the initial hit downed the ball carrier and they said his knee was on the ground or a part of his body was on the ground and the ground caused the fumble, so to speak? I don't know.
That's be my thought. Probably his knee was down before the ball came out, but very hard to see from here. But when that ball came out, we saw a Knight go right on top of that football.
Well, that's an enigma wrapped in a conundrum, wrapped in a riddle right there. I don't know what happened there.
As it'll be 3rd and long for Kincaid, and timeout on the field with 8:28 left here in the first half. As Kincaid leads it 7-0 over Episcopal. I'll be right back here on Vype Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the battle of H-Town. Kincaid Falcons, make some noise! Episcopal Knights, make some noise!
8:30 left in the first half. 3rd and long coming up for Kincaid. Looks like it's Cooper Chambers in shotgun. Drops back, pass is tipped and deflected, incomplete. Maybe 4th down.
It looks like the big mid of Hedge Coward, who certainly wasn't one there, ends up a senior offensive and defensive lineman, swings both ways on the position, and let me tell you, that's a big play right there. And now back in punt formation.
One back deep to return for Episcopal. Pumps around 40-yard line. This one's returnable and dropped onto the ground. Picks it back up.
Sometimes it backfires on the defending team, but they did a good job of recovery. After initially it looked like he might be able to bust through the wall and go all the way, get around that corner.
It definitely had some room. Was unable to break it. But it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Episcopal Knights. And let's see if the Knights can answer after what they thought was trying to get that turnover before the ball was initially rolled down. See if they can respond on this drive.
I think they need to, because like I say, when you're doing the ball control style of offense that Kincaid is using tonight, once again, a 1 touchdown or 2 touchdown lead can be almost like a 3 or 4 touchdown lead, especially with that clock being eaten up, and we're almost to halftime anyway.
Gordon in shotgun, 1 receiver on each side. Kincaid in man coverage. And that pass up the middle is complete. Cuts to the left side. Breaks another tackle down the sideline. There he goes. And falling down around the 23.
That's Andre Thompson, and there it is. There's the play that Kincaid has been dreading and Episcopal has been looking for. They needed that play. They need to get him going. If they get him going, this game is a totally different football game. Andre Thompson, the one that reminds so many people of Jalen Waddle, the former Episcopal Knight.
Here's Gordon down the middle of the field, cuts to the left side, across the 10, ball loose on the ground once again.
Fast and loose tonight. They just can't keep their hands on the ball. I think they may have recovered it, though. Waiting to see an indication on the field.
How about that?
Yeah, it looked like it was recovered right around that 9-yard line. And that's a big break for Episcopal. They had a big turnover on their last drive and able to fall in this one, but see the problem so far is just ball security.
It really is, and they are playing with fire walking on a tightrope right now. They have got to get that under control.
Kincaid looking to blitz, runs it right up the middle, able to get a couple of yards. I believe that's Jackson Chavis on the carry.
It was. They'll mix it up. They'll have a few backs in there. They don't really, from what I've been able to see and read, they really don't rely on one particular running back. Of course, Kincaid relies on one particular wildcat or 5.
It has to be second down and goal. Gordon drops back, flag on the field. Here comes the pressure, and going to be brought down and sacked. And if that's on the offense, I'm sure Kincaid will decline whatever the penalty is.
Absolutely. And once again, they just can't get out of their way tonight. Every time it looks like Episcopal's about to kick the door in, all of a sudden they slip and fall as if a banana peel was in front of that door. They are really having problems coming up with 2 big plays in a row, or at least 2 consistently good plays in a row, and they take a big loss there. But the penalty is going to bail them out, and the ball's going to be moved back inside all the way down to, it looks like, about the 7-yard line. And that's going to be a big break for Episcopal, and Kincaid with a big-time no-no there. See what the call was.
And it looks like it's going to move him up 5 yards, so it might have been an offside, so it's going to be second and a short goal. Gordon in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 in the backfield. Okay, looking to blitz again. Here they come. Quick pass to the right side of the field. Intercepted at the goal line.
Heck of a play there by the Kincaid Falcon. I thought I saw number 28, Adrian Rendon, but they're saying now it's going to be Miles Rader, R-O-E-D-E-R, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, a junior that picks that ball up. He looked like he just stuck to the receiver too long, Justin. Telegraphed the throw, easy pick.
Yeah, it didn't look like he threw the ball off in time. Kind of saw him a little late, and he pays for it as Kincaid's going to have the ball right at the 1-yard line.
Neither team really, outside of one drive for Kincaid, has really produced a smooth football out there. It's been pretty rough going.
And now Kincaid, ball at the 1-yard line, has the whole football field to use the clock and try to take a drive down the field.
And once again, if they can control the clock and get those first downs, 6 minutes to go, they could eat this thing all the way to the end of the half.
Here's a snap. Gonna get maybe just a yard, maybe 2.
Well, Episcopal is looking to force that punt from the end zone because a lot of crazy things can happen when you're standing back there 2 yards in front of the end line.
About to reach the 6-minute mark here in the first half.
Kinkaid.
This, I think, is one of the biggest plays of this game right now. They need to force a 3rd and long. That would maybe get them out of the Wildcat. Get Kincaid out of the Wildcat and put Episcopal in the defensive advantage position.
As we 2nd down and 8 at the 3-yard line. 6 minutes exactly left till halftime. In the Wildcat formation. Got 3 backs behind the line. Here's the snap. And up the middle, finds a little bit of room, gets across the 5, and down around the 7.
That's a big play. They didn't let him bust that up through the middle, and now they've kind of putting this Kincaid offense in a position where do you necessarily go with the Wildcat again? Because it's not like you have the ball at the 40-yard line, your own 40 or the other team's 40. You're down around the 7 to 8-yard line. You can't afford to come up with a short gain here and have to punt, or even if you're going to try to go for it, put yourself in a position where you take a sack here.
Yeah, this is one of the plays where I like to see Kincaid at least throw the ball, at least pass the first down marker. And they're going to go for a Wildcat.
I saw him moving all over.
Blown up.
Play blown, Ted. Penalty flag.
And it's going to be a false start. That's going to bring him back 5 yards, back to the 3.
False start.
Now let's see what the challenge is going to be, or what the call is going to be. Do you go back again to the Wildcat? Do you go into a passing situation? Because right now, they're really in danger of possibly giving up a safety here if he drops too deep on the quarterback passing ball.
And it's going to be 3rd down and 8 instead of a manageable 3rd and short.
I would imagine it's going to be a running play. I don't think they've thrown the ball enough to really have him in rhythm. I could be wrong about that, but we're going to see what they're going to do.
Here's a snap in the end zone to the right side, and going to get stuffed at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, forward progress is not going to bring the safety is going to be outside. But right now, this is very big for Kincaid. They must have a very good punt here, because if they have a short punt, a shank punt, they have put Episcopal in a nice position inside, probably at that point, inside the 4-minute mark of the first half.
And Kincaid's got to kick this one deep back in their end zone.
There's that 2 yards in front of the end line I was talking about a while ago.
And you got the return man for Episcopal right at the 45. And that's going to be a short punt. And going to have a nice bounce. Here's a return across the 50, cuts to the left side, and going to be brought down right at the 45.
They came out just about as well as you could have for Kincaid right here.
And we'll take a break here on Vype Live with 3:40 left in the first half. And back live here on Vype Live, and we thank to all that are watching us tonight here on Vype Live. You can find us on VypeLive.com or on YouTube with live broadcasts. Shout out to the fans, and escapes the pressure is Gordon, finds the edge, and going to step out of bounds around the 37.
Good smart play there, stops the clock. They don't have to really think about maybe taking a timeout there. Gets out of bounds, stops that clock, and now if they can continue to move this football, they can maybe keep this football, force Kincaid to take timeouts, and really not leave much time on the clock at all if the Falcons get the ball back.
And it's going to be 2nd down and 2. Gordon in shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. Big try for Episcopal, 4.5. Almost gets rocked. Here's the pass. It's complete into the end zone. It's a nice touchdown.
That was the one they had all the momentum. Right now, they have just not been able to seize it, and that could turn this football game completely around as Wayne Linebarger, the senior wide receiver, hauls in that pass and scores the touchdown on a 37-yarder.
And what a pass from Carson Gordon. Under pressure, took a hit, an accurate pass, and 2-point conversion is just out of reach of the receiver. And it'll be 7-6. Falcons still lead it, but Knights are on the board with 3:24 left in the first half, as we'll take a break here on Vype Live. And we're back here from Shelton ISD Panthers Stadium here for the SPC Championship between Episcopal and the Falcons. Justin Barbosa, Rob Sprouse here. I'd like to thank all who are listening to tonight's game, later on Vype Live or on YouTube. Here's a return by the Falcons. I believe that's Micah Hall, has some room across the 30 and brought down across the 35.
I'll tell you what, right there, Sean Thompson, the junior, mostly lines up as a defensive back, on the special teams, saved possibly a touchdown there, because if he doesn't get contact with that returner, that guy can break to the outside for that top sideline. He's got nothing there but greenery before that end zone strike. That's a huge tackle.
Big time tackle as it 1st and 10 at the Falcons' own 35 with 3:17 left in the first half. And Rob, what do you expect to see more here from the Falcons?
Well, you know, here's the thing. They really haven't thrown the ball enough, I think, to be in rhythm. I think they're taking chances by throwing the football, but I don't think they feel like they have to do that. This game's even. It's being played at their pace. I think you're going to see more than that. They certainly want to eat the clock.
Here's Michael Hall, stuffed right up behind the line of scrimmage for a loss, and they're going to lose 2 on the play.
I'm going to tell you right now, Episcopal is starting to make the adjustments that they needed to make. Cullen Witt, the junior there, did a great job. They are starting to collapse that offensive line. They're getting in there, and they're not letting him burst through there and bounce off people, and they're getting those tackles losses, and that's the key to stopping the Wildcat and making them think about passing the football.
And also a shout out to our producer Kyle Harris, been killing it tonight.
Well, if he keeps killing it, he's wanted in 7 states and unwanted in 43 of them.
Here's the Wildcat. Micah Bell to the sideline, and looks like he has enough for the first down and a little bit more.
Big play there, but he goes out of bounds, stops the clock at 2:24. They don't have to call a timeout, Kincaid. They're going to mark it at about the 48.
As we 1st and 10 near midfield for the Falcons. Looking at the sideline for the play call from their coach. Micah Bell under center, who has ran the ball tremendously well. Going to go to the right side and going to be brought back for a loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 1.
Once again, Johnny on the spot. It's going to be Hawk Cockrell. If your name is Hawk, you better live up to that name, and he certainly did that time. Hawk Cockrell He is, or Cockrell, he is a junior and lining up there at the linebacking spot. And they're starting once again to collapse that offensive line. That Wildcat is losing its effectiveness. And here's the double sword of using that Wildcat offense. If you're not moving the football, you're taking a lot of time off the clock, but guess what? You're not moving it, you're going to be punting a lot too.
As it's a timeout on the field with 2:19 left in the first half, as we're right back here on Vype Live. And we are back here, 2:19 left before halftime, second down and 11 for the Falcons. Michael Bell under center for the Wildcat. And going to take it to the left side and not going to go anywhere.
Nice play by Brady Reed, the junior linebacker. He slanted off that block, didn't get tied up with that block, was able to get in there, get his hands on him, and spin him down. Nice job by Brady Reed of the Episcopal Knights. Another quick timeout here, Justin.
And timeout on the field, 2:12 left before halftime, as Kincaid leads Episcopal 7-6. As we'll be right back here on Vype Live.
You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 yards. I would say this. I think if they go for it and don't make it, I think they're playing into Episcopal's hands because Episcopal still has timeouts. And stats show that the team that scores mostly touchdowns toward the end of the first half, they win about 80% of the football game. I think that's the way it works.
As it'll be fourth down and 4. And timeout on the field. With 1:24 left in the first half, it'll be fourth down coming up for the Falcons as we come back here on Vype Live.
Kincaid about to start their work, continue their drive.
Fourth down and 4 coming up for Kincaid back here on Vype Live. Michael Bell under center. 1:24 left for the half. Here's the snap. Michael Bell, here comes Episcopal, and the pass play is complete at the 30 and going to be brought down at the 22.
That's going to be for the Kincaid Falcons hauling it in. Jackson Staley, just a sophomore. Boy, they totally caught them unaware and asleep a little bit on that. They did not expect the pass, and I was very surprised myself. If you look at that pass, it really wasn't zipped in there, but the man was wide open. All you have to do is get that nice arc on it, and you'll find that receiver.
First and 10 at the 23. Here's the snap. Here's Micah Bell running up the middle. Still on his feet and powers his way for the first down.
Well, Well, this first half is just going exactly. Kincaid, if you ask him, give me a script for the first half, this is what you would see produced, because this is exactly how Kincaid is going to be able to win this game. If they can't control the game this way, they won't.
Here's a snap. Here's Micah Bell. Finds a hole. Cuts to the left side. Powers his way across the 5. Still on his feet. And down at the 1-yard line.
Well, you know, Episcopal called those timeouts, as our expert producer here, Kyle, telling us just a moment ago. Basically, calling those timeouts to try to get that ball back, have time on the clock. But when they get that first down, that really backfires on them.
Here's first and goal for Kincaid. And going to give it to the center right up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. It was a big man touchdown.
Late indication, but there it is finally. It is with 6 seconds left.
And a touchdown right before halftime for Kincaid. And they now lead it 13-6 and getting ready for the point after.
Well, they hit this extra point, they're going to be 8 ahead. And that means that the next time Episcopal can score a touchdown, they may be forced to go for 2 just to tie it up.
Here's a point after from Peterson. And it's good. And the Falcons lead it 14-6 over the Knights with 6 seconds left before the half. And we'll be right back here on Vype Live. And here's 6 seconds before halftime. Justin Barbosa, Rob Sprouse, and our producer Kyle Harris here on Vype Live after a touchdown from Kincaid. And it was a big man touchdown on the line. Looked like it was going to Micah Bell, but it was a handoff inside to one of the big men on the line. And it's now 14-6. And here's a squib. Gonna pick it up. Brought down right around the 14, just going to leave 1 second on the clock. And I believe Episcopal will just take a knee here. And they're going to say that's the end of the first half as the Falcons lead it 14-6.
That is the end of the first half.
I'll tell you what, this is just the opposite of what we saw the arena football game outdoors that we saw in the first game with the 3A championship with the 63-31 win by John Cooper over the Trinity Valley Ball Club from Fort Worth Trojans. But this is just the opposite. It's been sort of an interesting football game from standpoint. I think it's really been consistent. It's like consistently inconsistent. You see a team really break a big play, and then the next thing you know, they have a 20-yard loss, or they have the turnover. And really, it's, though all of that going on, even with that, it's really fallen right into the lap of Kincaid. Played at their pace. They have the 8-point lead, and going for 2 in that first after the first touchdown, Justin. Coach Elise certainly knows his strategy better than I do, but I can tell you this: that may really come back to bite them.
And Episcopal, we saw, had 2 big drives and lost the ball in turnovers, especially the interception at the 1-yard line. Were able to come back and get a touchdown, but missed the opportunity on the 2-point conversion, and I don't think they needed to do 2-point conversion there, but still one-score game and a lot to work on, you know, especially with turnovers and ball security for Episcopal.
Absolutely, and they're certainly doing a good job on Andre Thompson. They have just really shut him down outside of one big play, and other than that, really has not been a factor in this ball game. And they're going to have to be able to get the ball to other receivers to try to keep that Kincaid defense honest and get Thompson a little bit more open space so he can operate, because once he breaks free with the ball, he is very difficult to bring down. Speed and moves like you'll rarely see. He is another, I think, coming of Jalen Waddle. Not to hype him up too much, but he's got that kind of ability.
And they'll do it at the half. Live from Sheldon ISD Panther Stadium, and we'll be back for the second half. Justin Barbosa, Rob, and make sure to enjoy the halftime festivities.
Maya McHale, Abby G, Sloan Thompson, and Annika Wynn. For our juniors, we have Carson Austin, Shanae Ione, Abby Bale, Jacqueline Landreth, Haley Patolia, Molly Patolia, Ella Schmulin, Camille Weber, and Grace Wiesel. For our seniors, we have Lauren Hildgren, Sage Olsen, and Katie Quander. For our varsity co-captains, we have Maddie Hawley, Lucy Konecka, and Audrey Lowe. Joining the varsity cheer squad is the JV cheer squad for their unity routine.
Hey, Brady, what's the kid playing football down there? In the field? No, down there. Can I go take a part? Don't get that arm.
Don't act like you forgot. I caught a shot. You didn't know me well enough.
Kincaid cheer squad.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take a moment as the Episcopal Knights take the field to recognize EHS Dean Parents Program and School Secretary John Clever. In addition to years at EHS, John has been employed in EHS football for over 30 years. On behalf of the athletic players, we want to thank you, Dean, for your years of service and support of all things EHS. We will miss you so much and look forward to having you back one day when we dedicate the John Colello present. Congratulations and thank you from the entire EHS community. There will not be another like you, Dean. The cheerleaders would like to dedicate this routine to you. Now let's hear it for your Episcopal Knight varsity cheer team. One moment, ladies. Music
Yes,
Introducing the knights, we have sophomore, two-time All-American, Scarlett Allie Belch. All-American, Amy Weary. All-American, Maddie Gonzalez. And our juniors, Amy Lyons. Samantha Gallen. Macy Bogus. Three-time All-American, Emma Dabney. Kennedy Mayberry. Julia Sherman. Emerson Rickstein. All-American, Libby Schultz. All-American, Emma Sharkey. Izzy Fuller. Two-time All-American, Evelyn Michael. And for seniors, we have four-time All-American, Angelica Bella. Two-time All-American, Jillian Greeley. All-American, Tasia Rushing. Three-time All-American, Ollie Parker. Grace Jordan. All-American, Maddie Kinkaid. Maddie Bocciati. Peyton Egan. Audrey Black. All-American, Lexi Masterson. Co-captain, two-time All-American, Elizabeth Cave. Co-captain, All-American, Lila Henry. And your captain, five-time All-American, Emily Keenan. Leslie Knight.
Hey, it's hard. Leave me alone. Watson, that's a bad boy.
It's game time. This is how you do a real push-up. This is how you do a true push-up. No, it's like this, right? Wait, actually, I want to try. Test my core.
Oh, it's for a real push-up?
How do you do a push-up? I don't know how to do a push-up. Hey, can you do a push-up like this where you hold it and then you do it?
Wait, let's see.
No! Yeah. And then you go down.
Yes.
I can't do a push-up.
Yes.
I want to learn how to do a
Yes.
push-up.
That's probably easier.
It is?
You do a one-hand push-up?
I can't do a push-up in general.
You do a one-hand.
No way, I can do one hand.
I can do one. You want to see my normal push-up?
Okay, wait, actually, how do you do a push-up?
It's like a job. Just go like this and go like this. Everyone down there.
Wait, actually, you can't do it.
Wait,
Welcome back to the field, the Kinkaid Power continue. Episcopal Knights will kick off the second half.
Stadium, Kincaid and Episcopal, as it's just Barbosa, Rob Strauss, and Kyle Harris.
I've been called worse than Strauss for the team. I've been called worse.
Kincaid will get the ball first here in the third quarter. Here's Micah Bell.
The ball is loose.
And Episcopal picks it up.
I think you're going to say it's down. I thought I saw his knee go down. He was rolling like a barrel rolling sideways, and I believe the knee came down for the ball.
And that was actually Josh Sweetland on the return.
Make it out to the 26-yard line.
And we've seen a plethora of turnovers in the first half, both from Episcopal, at least one from Kincaid.
That one led to a touchdown, 37-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter. Then a big going for it on fourth down play where they pull off a long pass play on a fourth and medium, and they had thrown the ball the entire night, and they pulled it off. The man was wide open. Episcopal was caught looking the other way, and he expected that running play because all they've been doing is going with the wrong man on.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Micah Bell's been mostly under center, bringing out one receiver to the left, 3 on the right. And Micah Bell's going to take it up the middle for maybe 50 yards. Stop
that maybe from the second quarter on, except one exception, and that was a big gainer down the top sideline around the midway point in the second quarter that helped set up a deep drive. They didn't score on it because it turned the ball over. See what happens from this point forward. They've got to keep stopping that play, force pass plays, because I really don't believe they're going to be able to really make a living as far as Kincaid is concerned when completing pass plays on 4th and long and 4th and medium. If they just simply don't do it enough.
Here's a snap by Bell once again, and going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for loss.
Right now, the line of scrimmage is trying to be dominated by Kincaid's offensive line. That is completely turned around. The point has to be made, though. So what? Because in the first half, we saw that time again, get on the break the big play and totally shatter what looked like we were controlled by the defensive line for Episcopal.
And it seems tonight's defense has been figuring out that wildcat formation. It's going to be 3rd and long here. Here's a snap to Bell. And it's going to be a false start. That's what got him up more.
Absolutely. I want to tell you that once again, it's a question in their mind because they have to come from there. I mean, really good.
On the offense, third down.
3rd and very long. Here tonight, so I should say the Falcons. I'm going to have to consider a pass play. Nobody. The receivers going out. 3 on the left. Here's a snap. Drops back. He's going to unload it down the left side of the field. And it's intercepted. And that was Braylon Thompson with a near pick, diving for the football.
Yes, he is limping to the sideline there. And what a play by Braylon Thompson. If he doesn't leap up and get a handle on that football, that's 6 points. I mean, there's no question about it. It was headed right toward the receiver, and he was right under it and headed to engage. So, what a play by Braylon Thompson. I hope he's going to be okay.
This is a short punt for Kincaid, and this is going to be great field position for the Knights.
It's got that backspin on it. He kicks back. Didn't really get a lot of lift on the ball to begin with. Once again, that's not what they needed. And again, that's why that big penalty was playing the game to go and try to throw the ball, which you're not really used to doing. Now, you've got a punt back there, and now you've got a great field position for it. This was the result of that.
It'll be 1st and 10. At the Falcon 35. Gordon in shotgun, 1 receiver to the left, 3 on the right, 2 in motion. 10 on the play clock. There's a snap. And Plays off to the right side, finds the edge, and get a couple yards. There's a flag on the play.
The roster says he's a wide receiver, but we've seen him line up in the backfield more than once. They're not even using the jet sweep coming from the end. They're lining him up in the backfield at the end of the play. Let's see what this is.
Holding. Number 73 of the offense. We have 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
It's going to be third and long for the Knights.
Once again, it looks like something is going Episcopal's way, and all of a sudden they can't take advantage of it because they get the negative play, the turnover. It's just been a kind of 6 points in the third quarter. We were really impressed because it's not the way they're operating.
It's going to be first down and 20. In shotgun, one receiver on each side. Comes back and a fire it down the left side of the field. It's going to be overthrown incomplete.
Pass just a little long. Intended for Carson Fowler.
Scoreless says first down. Penalty gave it to them. First down required 25.
Downfield. That penalty is declined. Second down.
And I thought it was fourth down, although the line judge still has 2. So
yeah,
second down 20.
They did the play over. Second down.
Empty backfield. Here's Gordon. Pressure is coming. Rolls to the left. Finds a hole up the middle. Gets to the 40. Gets a block it. Big hit. Ball is loose on the ground. And Kincaid says they have it.
Looks like they do have it. And once again, how do you figure this ball game out? It looks like all the momentum is going on one side, and then all of a sudden they shoot themselves in the foot, so to speak. Now they're going to say he was down. If his elbow came down, he flew up in the sky, feet up, head over heels. When he landed on the ground with the elbow, that kills the play, or the forearm.
And it's going to be third and 12 after the 8-yard run by Gordon. And took a huge hit where he lost the ball on the ground. One receiver to the left, 3 on the right. 1 in the backfield. Here's a snap. Gordon drops back. Open man, middle of the field, and completely loses it out of his hands, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Blaine Linebarger, he had wide open field in front of him, and basically just trying to run the ball, run with the football before you really have it, and grasping it enough to obtain the reception.
And it's going to be 4th and 12. And the Knights going to discuss this one here. Ball at the 37. And they're going to go for it.
Wow, 4th and 12. This is an understatement of the year again.
And then shotgun. Drops back. Has some time, fires it to the right side of the field, and almost a great grab, but incomplete. Good coverage by Kincaid.
That was Linebarger again. He did a terrific job to get to the ball. The Kincaid player went over there and spun his shoulder pad a little bit, and he could not keep his eyes on the ball. He was falling to the ground, and he just couldn't grasp it enough to make the catch. So they turned the ball over on downs. Here's a question I have to ask. I know we want to go to a break pretty quick, but ask this question. Remember, last week, Episcopal was supposed to play Tomball Christian, if I'm not mistaken. They did not play the game. It was supposed to be at Episcopal because of the storm flooding the inside small portion of Episcopal High School. So they had a 2-week layoff, whereas Kincaid played St. John's in the game that would determine who would play in this game, basically, and only a 1-week layoff. So maybe they had something to do with Shark.
First and 10 for Kincaid. Here's Micah Bell, breaks a tackle, not going to get anywhere, just maybe a gain of 1. And flags all over the field, some chirping. And we're going to get
extracurricular, absolutely.
It's going to be most likely unsportsmanlike conduct on both sides of the field, so these might offset, but laundry all over the field.
After the play was over, we have unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 2, Episcopal, for unnecessary roughness. Unsportsmanlike conduct, Kincaid,
made that great
number
play.
11, for taunting.
Who headed for Kincaid? It's going to be Christopher. Check that, Nico Gomez. So Nico Gomez on the Kincaid side. He does Episcopal a favor, and will certainly the Episcopal player does Kincaid a favor.
And it's going to remain second down and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Now they were caught, the one was caught retaliating. Usually they just catch the retaliator, not the
Movement on the line of Kincaid. Here's a snap. As a blocker, push hard, ball is loose, and Episcopal says they have it.
We have seen some hard hitting tonight. Totally different than what we saw in the first game. Which I thought was yeah, that is a loose football recovery.
We've seen some hard hits tonight. And Rob, I've lost count of how many turnovers there have been this game.
Well, I can tell you this, it just seems like that every time a team looks like they're about to seize this game by the throat, the victim gets away. And I'm just telling you right now that these turnovers, whenever you're about to seize momentum, are going to come back to bite one of these teams.
Empty backfield. Here's Gordon, going to take it to the right side of the field, has a blocker, going to go down the sideline, and flags everywhere. And this might be a hold.
And we're going to see what this is about. By the sideline. Illegal block.
During the run, illegal block in the back.
Illegal block in the back, that's it. Yeah.
Number 10 lies 10 yards from the spot of foul.
I didn't think that would happen.
The first second.
Other than that, the rest of the play looked clean.
Exactly. Once again, here we go again. I feel like I'm a broken record tonight.
And it just feels like a step forward and 2 steps backwards for each team.
And yet, it's a 14-6 game played right into the hands of Kincaid. They want this kind of game. Episcopal is the team used to scoring a lot of points.
Has to be first down and 12. Gordon in shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. Here's a snap. Gordon under pressure, finds a hole, gets across the 40 and down around the 37. And make that the 38.
I'm trying to think of a modern college quarterback that he reminds me. I can't think of anybody, so I'm going to date myself. Which is good because usually people don't want to date me. But anyway, the point is that reminds me a lot of Conrad Holloway that played in Tennessee, the way the running stuff. Big kind of deep bending, long strides.
Here's Gordon pass to the left side, is complete, cuts to the right. That's a first down, and down at the 25. And here comes the Knights.
That was a big play, probably the smoothest play they've executed in quite some time, other than quarterback scrambles and keepers. One of the smoother passing plays of the night. What a night.
Gordon in the gun. Escapes pressure, rolls to the right, finds a man, goes at 2 in front of him. And it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, That pass was intended for Jackson Chavis, the senior wide receiver. I think he expected Chavis to keep going up the field, but it was obvious Chavis had stopped. So I think they happened simultaneously, bang, bang, and by the time he really could correct it, they picked up the flag, by the way, as you can see, viewers. But basically, he just couldn't come back in time, and he threw it in front, thinking he was going to continue upfield.
And it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. 7:03 left here in the 3rd quarter. And the Astros and Phillies still scoreless going into the bottom of the 5th. Here's Gordon. Hands it off up the middle, going to the left side and not going to go anywhere as a crowd of Falcons take him down.
Exactly. You talk about the Astros and the Phillies. The run differential is, I believe, 1. I think it's at this point, what, 18 to 17 Astros in the run differential. I mean, it's still anybody's series, especially if the Phillies can eke out a game tonight. That's
absolutely. Really, those differences between the close games and those blowouts between each team. They're down to 11. One in the backfield. Here's a snap. Comes the pressure. Quick pass is complete. Across the 20. And about a few yards short, it's going to be 4th down.
Catch, I believe, was made there by Jackson Chavis. We'll double check that number. Nope, check that. It's going to be instead Carson Fowler, just a sophomore running back.
Now under 6 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. 4th and 5. Three receivers on the right, one in the backfield. Here's a snap. Gordon drops back, looking, close to the right. And gonna quick pass deflected by Kincaid, and another turnover on downs. And more scuffling near the sideline. And depends who this is on here.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to throw a flag on that out on the sideline. Probably just broke it up very quickly. I'm going to tell you, I think that's the 3rd or 4th time tonight that Episcopal has turned it over on downs.
And
I
it's
don't
a
think I've seen a
shame.
football game like this ever in high school.
And it's a shame because Episcopal can move it down the field, just can't finish the drive.
They just can't get through the ground.
Number 70 of Kincaid. That's where you'll reinforce 10 yards to the dead ball spot, 15 yards to the dead ball spot. 1st down, Kincaid.
Ball will go to Kincaid after the turnover on downs. With 5:28 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Alex Lorada, number 70, I believe, is involved in that situation.
Correction.
Sportsmanlike. Did you get the number there, Justin, on the Kincaid side? Because it was called against Kincaid, wasn't it? Number 70 for Kincaid, I beg your pardon. So let's scratch that. Apologize to the Lorada family. I'll come over and mow your yard. Okay, let's see here. We've got Oliver Eads, not one of the people involved. Instead, Preston Hurleth, a senior. It was against the purple-clad Kincaid Falcon, Preston Eads.
Falcons drive, deep in the territory, first and 10.
Half the distance of goal.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Here's a snap on a Wildcat. And gonna break free, get some more yards, cross the 20, hits 1st down.
He has great body lean. I'll tell you that right. Great body leaning forward. And if you hit a person, you hit a ball carrier with that great body lean, they're going to pick up another couple of yards when they fall forward. A lot of guys run straight up. You hit them when they're running straight up, they're going to go down exactly where you hit them most of the time. But boy, when you have that great body lean, you can just slither forward and get another couple of yards, even as you're going down.
Now reaching the 5-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for Kincaid. Here's a snap. Going to go to the left this time and going to be brought down immediately, and that's going to be a 1-yard loss.
Once again, we say, okay, now here comes Episcopal. They're controlling the line of scrimmage. So what? Because the next play may be a 45-yarder the way this game has gone. You know, a 45-yard run or pass or a catch and run. I mean, you can't predict it.
And what we saw earlier from Kincaid, I mean, looks like they just keep running the ball and then one big pass play for 40 yards.
I know, and then they'll turn around and fumble the ball back.
Has to be 2nd down and 11. Here's a snap, going to go to the right side this time. Spin move, and going to be brought down immediately by a crowd of Knights.
They're doing a good job now shutting off the defense to come around the end. Nice play there. Helping out with the tackle is Braylon Thompson, made the terrific play downfield, breaking up that long pass a few minutes ago. The junior defensive back coming up to reinforce the run. Stacked to defense.
3rd down for Kincaid coming up. Looking at the sideline at their coach for the play call.
Being played certainly at Kincaid's pace. Bird pace.
Using up that clock, going to go to the left side, has a little bit of room, still on his feet, and just short of the first down marker.
Just short. You know, I'd like to say, well, no, you don't want to go for it. You've got an 8-point lead. Why would you take a chance on going for it down there? Guess what? That means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Both these teams say, you know what? What is it? By the way, that reminds me of the great Reagan.
It's going to be 4th down and 1 at the 30-yard line. Episcopal all crowded at the line. It's going to be a sneak, and I believe they're going to get it, and they do.
They absolutely do. I mean, that's the first time in a while they really control the middle of the Kincaid defense. They just pushed them out of the way and pick up a big first down. I told you they were going to go for it, or I sure question.
New set of downs at the 32-yard line after the 4th down conversion.
We're coming up on 2 minutes to go. I mean, if they drive this ball down the field and score, that 2-touchdown lead, especially in the 4th quarter, is going to look like a 4-touchdown lead.
Here's Bell. Looking to find room on that line. It's going to be brought down for a loss.
They need TFLs right now. They need to force them to punt. Give up that football and not take any more time off that clock. They need TFLs. As far as Kincaid is concerned, they just want to see that clock tick down, but they're going to have to come up with a little bit more production than that. They're going to keep that football and keep beating the clock.
Minute and a half left here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and long for Kincaid.
We're coming up now on a minute, just a few seconds. Kincaid like to try to pop this wildcat for a first down and get it all the way up to the 4th quarter.
There's Bell. Another big hit, as it's been a physical game all night. Thankfully didn't lose the ball there. 3rd and 6. Under a minute left here in the 3rd quarter.
Yep, the first down to be accrued at the 42. Tick, 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 tick.
And I believe they're going to bring this down probably to around 20 seconds for the snap.
This is a big, big play for the defense for Episcopal. They need to stop him and force the punt, and I don't think they did it. I think he leaned over, that great body lean I talked about, and got that first down as he was falling forward.
And a new set of downs for Kincaid, and that will bring us to the 4th quarter as the Falcons lead it 14-6 over the Knights. Justin Barbosa, Rob Prowse, Kyle Harris. As we be right back here on Vype Live.
That's the end of the third quarter. Kincaid will go into the fourth quarter, still the first round. Scoring on the board. Falcons 7-14. The Knights with 6.
And we are here in the fourth quarter of the SPC Championship. First down for Kincaid. Justin Barbosa, Rob Sprouse, and Kyle Harris for today's game. Bell under center. Here's the pitch. Here's a snap.
After the snap, and look at that. Look at that. Can't stop him down the middle. All of a sudden, they look like they were starting to control that. Now they can't stop him down the middle. And I'm telling you right now, third and shorts are not going to pay the bills for the Episcopal defense.
As the ball is at the 50-yard line. Second down and 3. As it's still scoreless in the 6th inning for the Astros. Second and 3 here for Kincaid. Here's Bell to the right side, cuts to the left, and close to the first down, just a yard short.
I think he is going to be short, absolutely. Okay, here's a $64 gajillion question here. Are they going to go for it? Well, you're going to go for it in midfield, take a chance of not getting it. You're only one score ahead, but remember they still need the 2-point conversion, which you would think they would try to go for, because if they miss it, they can still win it with a field goal. I don't know what the field goal situation is like for Episcopal, but they can still win it with a field goal 15-14. The first is has to stop here.
And
what a play in the backfield!
Short.
What a play in the backfield!
And it's going to be 4th and short coming up. Great play by the Knights.
Absolutely. Ty Blevins was the man who comes in there and undercuts the runner. Blevins, a junior linebacker.
And 4th and short. Bell back at center. And here's the run, gets the first down and a little bit more.
Time after time, they just convert the first down. And now all of a sudden the game is starting to level off with all the unexpected shenanigans, and now you're looking at clock control plus they're executing on third down and getting those first downs. Right now, Episcopal has got to come up with an answer on defense and come up with it in a hurry.
Has to be 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Bell. And gonna get just a yard on that play.
Well, it looks like that the Chicago Cubs, former favorite, now with the Phillies after few stints with the, I believe, the Reds and the Red Sox. Kyle Schwarber has untied the scoreless game with a home run and made it 1-zip. I think that's the indication I'm getting.
Yeah, there's a home run to
I think that's his
right
fourth,
field.
maybe his third in the World Series. I think it's his fourth or fifth, maybe sixth in the postseason.
Has to be 2nd and 9 for Kincaid. Here's Bell once again, hiding behind that line, going to get a couple more yards and get this one under 8 minutes here in the game.
Well, here we go, 3rd down. I mean, I keep repeating myself. You know, people are probably annoyed at me repeating myself, but there's no other way to put it. Number one, they have to come up with a stop, but number two, they need to be able not only to come up with a stop, but to keep him from slithering off tackle and going and trying to run outside the hash marks and to head to the numbers and break free and fall forward on the lane for the 1st down.
3rd down at about 6. Here's Bell up the middle, still on his feet, going to be just short. And it's going to be another 4th down for Kincaid.
Now they've had so much success with him slithering off tackle and getting around the end with that body lane. Really, when they've tried to go down the middle on those 3rd down and shorts, they have not had that much success. I'm a little bit surprised at that play call.
And if you are Episcopal, you try to blitz here. Try to get the ball in the backfield. Now 7 minutes left in the game.
This is it.
Here's a snap, and it's going to be a false start.
Now they called timeout.
There's no foul on the play.
Before the snap, I believe Kincaid has called timeout.
Kincaid, their first.
As with 6:59 left in the game, the Falcons lead at 14-6. I'll be right back here on Pipeline.
Offense working for that short gain. Defense working for that short stop.
Wildcat shift over there to the top hash mark, takes the snap, leans forward, and he may be a little bit short of that 1st down based on where they're marking the ball.
They're going to say it's a 1st down. Micah Bell once again, and they get the milk more clock.
That just may have been the play of the game. Our correct producer there, over there, Kyle Harris, basically, I think, hit it on the head. It looked to me like he may have been short visually, and it looked like the initial marking, he was going to be short, but apparently moving it just a little bit more forward, and they pick up the 1st down. And once again, Episcopal cannot come up with the 4th down stop.
1st and 10 for Kincaid. Going to go to the right side of the field. They can't tackle him, and he's going to get at least 6 yards. As time keeps ticking.
Name of the game, and really we say, well, one team hasn't been able to see momentum as the other, but in reality, that's not true now. Because Kincaid has had enough of these kind of series that they've controlled the clock, playing their game the way they want to play it, and they really control this ball game, even with just an 8-point lead. They control it. They're controlling this ball game.
It's going to be second down and 5. Here's a snap. Blocker's on the right side. Bell still on his feet, going to be just short. And imagine third down and about 2.
Here we go again, third and short.
And Episcopal just can't get that big stop on the third down conversion.
I believe Josh Sweetland was a ball carrier there, I believe, 22. That's who I saw. It is kicking down, and we're at 5 minutes now.
Now number 4 under center, going to go to the right side, and he's going to get the first down.
Well, Kincaid just continues to just slow dance it down the field, and they, Kyle Harris, our crack producer, just basically told us that they're just trying to get one more. That's it. That's all they're doing. The heck with the championship. But basically, I mean, this is just Kincaid's game right now, and Kincaid really, they continue doing this. A 2-touchdown lead is going to be like, as I said before, 4th Vype stage of the game.
There's Morrell on the carry, up the middle, breaks free, still on his feet.
Great leg drive.
And that's going to be a 9-yard carry.
And you've got to be wearing out. You've got to be wearing out that Episcopal defense, all these run plays. A lot of these defenses are not used to these run offenses because they're used to the spread offense. They're used to not the linemen having to make a bunch of tackles and get blocked repeatedly and be involved in scrums every single play. It wears you out. And all of a sudden we're starting to see that now here in the 4th quarter. This is the old Denver Bronco technique by the Broncos with Mr. Terrell Davis.
Second down and 2, 3.5 left in the game. Here's Micah Bell. And Episcopal going to get him there at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd and 3.
Kincaid has had the ball at least, I would say, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 minutes. That's right. I think you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, our producer telling us basically that, you have to go back before the 4th quarter. That's exactly right, because they flipped the field. That's right. After the end of the quarter. So they've had the ball all the way since then. That's got to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 9 or 10 minutes.
And that's going to be short. Going to be 4th down once again. And if you're the Falcons here, do you attempt a field goal or do you keep going for it?
Well, that would make it 17-6. That would make it a 2-score game. And like I say, the way the Episcopal's offense has gone tonight, a 2-score game is pretty much a final type statement. I mean, it's just going to be very difficult to overcome. If you go for it here and you come up short, remember they've got to go almost the length of the field. That's going to take time if they can't break the big play. So absolutely, I think I would go for it here. I really would. I think in this case you absolutely go for it. This is what they call that timeout, Joe.
As we were back on 5 Live, 2:40 left in the game.
On a change, number 5.
kick the field goal. Wait a minute.
It's going to be from 30 yards.
This is 4th and 3. They may try to draw one side. I think they're going to line up. And the kick is blocked, and that's the one thing that could not happen.
And there goes Episcopal.
Kincaid. I was just about to say, we better not get it blocked. And guess what? They blocked it. We're going to get the license plate on who blocked it there. But the hunter there for the Kincaid Falcons, that would be Grant Peterson, Jr. They're going to
That's a big break.
Defense, and that is absolute killer.
And with 2:30 left, Knights only have 2 more timeouts to try to get a stop. And the crowd is stunned.
The band with a premature eruption there. So basically, with a confetti and smoke flying in the sky, or not, because the penalty gives them the first down.
And it'll be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line for the Falcons. Bell under center.
Oh, we've got movement. I thought the quarterback moved toward the line of scrimmage before that center snapped the ball. Somebody was in motion before that ball was snapped going forward toward the line of scrimmage. I think they got away with one there.
Episcopal called their second
Timeout.
2:27 left in the game as we're back here on Vype Live. .227 left in the game. 2nd and goal for Kincaid. Micah Bell under center. Here's a snap to the right side, and going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down.
Stays in bounds, makes them take that timeout. Maybe they only have 1 left. They do take the timeout.
And we're going to stay here with you on Vype Live. 2:23 left. And even better field goal position if they get the 4th down for Kincaid.
Yeah, that play a while ago, I got a better explanation of that after we looked at it again. It looked like perhaps a lineman with the ball still on the ground, and you can't do that. That's the old Bummerooski. Yeah, a lot of college teams did, and the Oilers back in the 70s did. I don't know if they named it for Bump Phillips or not. But then the other lineman reaches over and picks up the ball and then goes in and plunges it to the line. So the old-fashioned Bummerooski was basically everybody would line up, spread out, and then the ball would be laid down, and the guy would pick it up when you think of the snap, and shotgun snap to either punt or go for a field goal, and the guy would pick it up and run around in with an open field.
And it'll be 3rd down and goal. Episcopal desperately needing a stop, but even if they get the 4th down, chance to make it a 2-score game with a field goal. Here's Bell under center. A touchdown could do it. Here's a snap. And going to go for a pass. Going to take it himself and brought down at the 5-yard line. And now they can retry again with a field goal attempt.
Yeah, it looked like he faked a shovel pass there. It looked like his hand flew forward, but I don't think the hand that flew forward had the football in it. It's kind of tough to tell there. But he kind of went like this, you can't see it obviously with the camera, not on me, but he just kind of swung his hand forward as if he was shovel passing and kept the ball. That did certainly serve its purpose because the Episcopal Knight defender has to freeze at that point and see which way he's going to go, and once he freezes, then he just goes forward on the run.
And it's going to take a timeout with about minute 36 left in the game. As we'll be right back here on Vype Live and see if Kincaid takes a field goal.
Up it. It'll be a 5-yard penalty for the spot. Episcopal has elected clock the delay of game penalty.
23-yard field goal attempt coming. It's Peterson.
Don't jump offside.
Here's a snap. It's up, and it is good. Big field goal for Kincaid, and it's 17-6.
That's a real nail now. They're down to no timeouts. You have to score a touchdown, or you have to get a field goal and get the onside kick. And that's obvious to say, I know that, but how are you going to do that when you haven't been able to pull the big play off the entire night, and now they're going to be in prevent that may give up some yardage, and you may be able to move the ball down the field. The problem is with no timeouts, you better get the ball out of bounds, or you're going to just have the clock tick down on you as you're waiting to get back to the line of scrimmage. If you throw incomplete passes, and hopefully on a throwaway, you stop the clock obviously on that. You better have a man in the area. But if you throw incomplete passes, you stop the clock, but also you go down. So it's kind of a rock and a hard place right now for Kincaid's offense.
Minute 29 left in the game. You're watching the World Series. Runners on first and third for the Astros. Phillies up 1-0 here in the sixth.
Is that Alvarado on the mound? It is Alvarado.
Jordan Alvarez at the plate. 1:29 left here in this football game.
Way outside on that field. Low tailing pitch, never even came close to the plate.
Here comes the kicking unit for Kincaid. 2 back deep to receive for the Knights. Kincaid on verge, winning another SPC championship.
There's something else. When it comes to this time of the year, they always seem to be able to pull out the right answer. I mean, this was a year that at one time, I believe this year, they were 2-3.
Kincaid ready to kick. Minute 29 left here in Sheldon ISD Panther Stadium. Yes, it's been a barn burner all game, and flag on the field for delay of game.
Delay of game. Kicking team. A 5-yard penalty. Free kick.
Alvarez has hit this deep.
And it is gone! 3-1 Astros in the bottom of the sixth.
Well, that is not the guy the Phillies wanted on the mound there. Alvarado, he hasn't been a mystery to the Astros at all in this World Series. Here comes the line drive kickoff. It's going to be taken into bounds at the 20, 25, 30, 35, spun in between the hash marks where the bottom hash mark spun off his feet, flag fly.
And Episcopal will have good field position, but going to have to work quick. As the Astros on verge, just need the one win tonight. Big home run shot for Alvarez, and it was a monster one over that center field wall. Announcing it on the public address system here at Sheldon ISD Panther Stadium. They're going to move Episcopal back.
Fans have got to be excited. The Astros have never clinched the World Series in Houston. They clinched it in LA, but not in Houston. I know that. I was a fan for 48 years. I don't think they clinched any playoff series in Houston.
And that's a short pass from Gordon for Episcopal. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, it does stop the clock, you have to say that, but it needs us. But this is 4-down territory, so if they come up short and they're say at about the 20 or 25, I don't know what their field goal kicking situation is like. But I would kick the field goal and try to onside kick because you can tie with a touchdown, but if you don't come up with nothing, then you're done. First, they have to move the ball over midfield. And that pass is going to come to the bottom sideline. Caught out there by the man who basically has been shut down outside of one play, Andre Thompson.
And 3rd down and about 4. Clock's at minute 15. Empty backfield for Gordon. Here's a snap. Gordon drops back. Has some time. Pass to the left side is complete. Good enough for the first out. Out of bounds. Stop the clock.
That's working very well. That's probably the second play they've actually executed in the second half where it really went about as smoothly as they want. Otherwise, it's been Keystone Cops out there. I'm dating myself again. Basically bobbling the ball, bobbling snaps, and that really is about the second smoothest play they've executed on offense other than the big play.
Here's a snap, empty backfield. Here's Gordon. Fires it to the right side of the field. It's complete.
Boy, the forward progress on that, he's not going to get much at all.
No timeouts left for the Knights. Under a minute left. Got to go quick. Here's a snap. Gordon looking. A lot of time. Middle field, it's complete. Good enough for the first down.
Yeah, that should be a first down. That forward progress should be even with the margin, at least, or slightly past it.
Clock at 40 seconds. Down 17-6. Time running out for Episcopal. Empty backfield. Well, actually, one in the backfield. Here's Gordon. Pass to the right side is incomplete. Now stop the clock at 24.
That's a double-edged sword on that. It does stop the clock, but that would be a nice pickup inside the 40-yard line because you're down to 24 seconds, no timeout. You might want to run one more play and try to kick the field goal. Once again, I don't know what the field goal situation, kicking situation is like, but if you somehow decide to, if you get that first down, you still got enough time, rolling out of bounds, you stop the clock, then you can throw to the end zone. So we'll see. They didn't complete it, so we're going to go a longer pass.
Gordon got to go deep into taking himself down the sideline, out of bounds around the 27.
Perfectly done. That's absolutely what you need to do. I mean, he can't sit back there and wait with 16 seconds left in regulation. He can't sit back there and wait for a guy to pop open. He's got to take the ball and go.
And Alex Bregman now at second base with just one out in the 6th. Astros lead at 3-1. 16 seconds left here in the SPC championship. Episcopal making one final push. Got to go extremely quick. Gordon under pressure, and that should do it.
That's the end right there. That's going to do it.
And that's number 23. That has to be Micah Bell, and definitely the MVP of tonight's game on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. They're not going to be able to get the snap off in time. This is over.
And the Kincaid Falcons win the SPC championship over the Episcopal Knights with a score of 17-6. And look at them celebrate. There's a lot to celebrate tonight here in Houston. Kincaid gets it done. Now let's hope the Astros get it done tonight.
You know, here's the situation, Justin. When you're used to scoring 30 and 40 points a game, when it's not going your way, sometimes you can't come up with the answer quick enough because you're not used to being in that position. And certainly this game was played right at the pace This is almost like a Butler playing a UNLV situation, where UNLV wants to run the floor all night long, and Butler wants to sit there. And a great point was brought up by our track producer, certainly Kyle Harris. They're waiting down to the last 1 or 2 seconds on the play clock before they snap it. And it is absolutely just a clock-eating exhibition. Perfect ball control football, outside of some of the quirky things that have happened by the Kincaid Falcons, and they do it again. Repeat as champs.
As Kincaid gets it done, both teams shaking hands at midfield. Tough one for Episcopal, but Kincaid controlled the ball for just about all of the game with time of possession. Was really the key to their run game. As that will do it tonight, as I've been Justin Barbosa, Rob Sprouse, Kyle Harris, our producer. Thank you for joining us here on Vype Live tonight for the SPC Championships, and congratulations to John Cooper and Kincaid. As that'll do it from Sheldon ISD Panther Stadium. Have a good night, everybody.
So long, everybody.